Hi, my name is Lori Ivy, and this is a quick screencast that I've put together on time accounting. The purpose of this video is to do a couple of things. One, I wanted to introduce myself so that you know who I am, who you can go to for help. But also, I wanted to give new employees a quick, very basic, step-by-step overview on how to put in their time accounting. We offer an in-person workshop every month. And it's actually required, and we'll sit down, all of us, and we'll go more in depth to why we do time accounting, dig into more of the details. But what I wanted to be sure is that you're new and that you don't get too far behind. So hopefully this session will get you up to speed, kind of a quick start for you. And then if you have any questions or you're not sure, each department and the Region Service Center has a time accounting pro. So you might find out who that person is. And of course, I'm always available as well. So we're just going to dive right in. When you open time accounting, this is the actually application icon that you're looking for. It's called MIS, and we use it for two things primarily. One is to do our time accounting, which turns into state reporting. And the other one is that's how we build all of our sessions, and that we push those out to our customer website, and that's where they register. So it does a lot of things, but those are the two basic things that MIS does. Once you're in the application, there's different icons across the top, but this very first icon is your time accounting. Now, the first time that you open the screen, you're not going to have anything in here. It's going to be completely blank. So this is what your time accounting will look like after you've put in several records. I'll go ahead and just start here at the beginning. To add a new record, you're going to use the plus sign. This will be to delete a record, to save a record, and then also you can duplicate a record. Over here is my consultant number, so that's what you should see when you log in. And then each of these represents a record of time accounting for my day. So today's the 19th. I have two records you can see here. So what we have is the date, the duration that I did the activity for, the district code. This happens to be Region 7, but this can be different things, and these are drop downs so that you can select a code. So perhaps you helped Pine Tree ISD, you can actually drop this down, and all of our districts are in there, and select Pine Tree. The campus code, the function number, we're going to come back to this, travel duration, the objective number, miscellaneous column is optional, and then comments. These are notes that I put in so that I can kind of remember what I did. Okay. When you're putting this information in, what you're going to need is our function and objective code chart. And one thing that we do in the training is we actually take that chart and we pare it down. Let me go ahead and show you where you can find that. In case you don't already know, and if you've been here for a few days, you probably do, the intranet is very important. It's where we keep all of our internal procedures, all of our online forms, anything you could possibly have a question about, you could probably find here. But if you go to the blueprints page, and then you scroll all the way to the bottom, and you're not going to see this because it's below the screencast, but there's a functions and objective code chart, and this is what it looks like. And you can see it's 4 pages long. My function objective code chart, and that's something that we're going to do in the session, is actually just 1 page front and back. So what I did is I took this and I deleted anything in there that I'll never use and doesn't apply to me. Now, remember, I'm going to minimize this screen, pull up over here this record. So right here, the function number 01 is for professional growth. So on your first day of work, when you're doing orientation, mentoring and training, being toured around the building, all of that's considered professional growth. So your first day may actually only have 1 or 2 entries, one of those being professional growth for 5 hours, or however long all those different processes throughout the day added up to be. right here on this column, contact count and district served. So if there's a count on here, then that means this bottom section also has to be filled out for that record. So what I did actually on my cheat sheet is I went through and I highlighted anything that requires a count. So for on your first day, you're going to have the function 01, and you're also going to need to have a count. And then for every function, there's different objectives. So for 01, there's only one objective, 6107. But if you're using function 02, which is external tech assist, so you're helping a campus, not internal tech assist, not our employees, but our schools and districts, you would use 02, but see, there are many objective options that you could choose. So even in the workshop, we'll even take these out to condense it and make it very simplified. I do want to quickly just note that this can seem really overwhelming, but it's really not hard to do. You get really good at it and really fast. And I'll show you a lot of tips and tricks in our training as well. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pretend like this is my first day. And I'm going to add a record. So 0419.16. And I'm going to say 5 hours I received professional development. 092950. You'll want to memorize that. That's our Region 7 district code. All school districts have a district code. If you're not sure, you can actually skip this column and come to the drop down and you can search here. And anytime I use Region 7 as the district, my campus is 000. Now remember, the function for professional growth is 01. That's this number right here. So 01, no travel time. Now this is the objective number is a piece that we'll want to break apart, and it's really not difficult once you kind of figure that out. And what I'll do is I'll just open a Word document and I'll break this apart for you. On your first day, you should have gotten, or in the first few days, a sheet that has like your printer code, your copier code. You should also have your budget code or codes. Several people have more than one, okay? So that objectives category, what that is the first 6 digits are always going to be your budget code. The next 2 digits is the school year. So if we're in 15-16, it's going to be a 16. So those 6, 7, 8 digits will always be the same. The only thing that might change is if you're paid out of different budget codes, then this first 6 will change, okay? And then your final 4 are going to be the subjective number. So in my case, it's going to be 6107, okay? So the first 6 are your budget code. The next 2 is your school year. And then your final 4 is the objective choice here. So let's go ahead and put that in. 198820 is my budget, and I only have 1. I'm lucky. Some people will have 3 or 4. So what you'll want to do is just put those on your cheat sheet. 16 for our school year, and then what did we say? 6107, orientation, mentoring, etc. Now I'm going to save it. Now, remember, up here is this record. Some records, it's required that you also fill out a count, okay? So for 01, count, is it a yes? Yes. So anytime a function says yes here in this column, then you have to fill out the bottom portion down here. The district, it even tells you, is Region 7, and the count is yourself because you're the one that's receiving professional growth or development. So on the assignment number, what this is the person that you helped. It's the category. We're going to do a few more examples, but in this example, it's going to be 05 because you're doing professional growth on yourself. You're categorized as ESE 7 staff. And there's only one of us, and save. Okay? The other thing I want to note is for today, I have 1, 2, 3 records for April 19th. If I'm highlighted on any of these, it will actually total my activity for me here. On a regular work day, we work from 8 to 4:30 with an hour lunch. So this should be 7.5 hours if you work from 8 to 4:30. Another note is the time should be exactly what you do. If you came in early, if you stayed late, then you want to make sure that that time is reflected. But traditionally, if you come in 8 to 4:30, then your goal is to get to 7.5 hours here. Okay, another example, let's say Pine Tree ISD has called. They're having a hard time logging into their workshop account, so I help them. All right, we're going to put that record in, today's date. It was kind of a difficult one. Let's say I had to take information, I had to do a little research. Maybe there were duplicate accounts and I had to combine those, so it took me 30 minutes. Now, I don't know Pine Tree's district code, so I'm going to select it here. And when I do, you notice it populates the code for me, and then it also lets me know which campuses. So it was a high school teacher. Now on my function, I'm going to go to my cheat sheet, and it's O2 Tech Assist External. And look, we also know it's going to be account. And then which objective am I going to use? Probably going to be 2103, customers, training, tech assist to districts, okay? So we're going to use O2, we're going to have account, and 2103. 198,820, that's my budget. 16 is the school year, and we said, I've already forgotten, 2103 is my objective. And Pine Tree login issues. Now remember, it requires a count, so that means down here I've got to put my count in. So I'm going to add a record. It was a teacher. And it was 1. All right, so that's another example of putting a record in. One thing we did do was build a tool to help you back on the intranet. Let's go over there really quick. From the intranet, if you go to the MIS dashboard, this is a new tool. When you log in, you're going to see today's in-house participant totals, the sessions that we're offering, the sessions tomorrow. You can see who's registered here today. If you click on Bullard ISD, you can see who that person is. I'm looking forward, but what you're going for is time accounting errors. And you'll put in your date range and then your name by last name and submit. So you can see all of my time accounting errors. And so what this is telling me is on April 1st, function 21, that's internal tech assist, it requires a count. Okay, so let me show you what I did wrong. If I scroll back up to April 1st, here's 21 tech assist. Who did I help? Well, I've made a note so I know, but you can see down here I didn't put that person on here. So I helped ESC 7 staff. And now when I go back to our dashboard, when I rerun this, that'll go away. So this is just another tool to kind of help you check. I would go ahead and check with your Time Accounting Pro in your department. There's probably a cheat sheet that you can make a copy of. And then as you have questions, you'll want to ask that person to help you for specifics, because we also code early release days. If you have a day off, holidays, there's there's state and local personal days. Another big one that you'll use possibly is O2, that external tech assist, but 21 is what we use for internal tech assist. So if you help someone in the building with something, you're going to code it to a 21. But you can read through that cheat sheet and kind of get an idea. And hopefully that helps you get off and going, get started. Again, my name is Lori Ivy. Feel free to call or email anytime. I'm more than happy to help, and I'll see you soon in training. Thanks.